Hi there guys, question 24 is all about vectors. Now we're told in the picture that this from O to P, this journey here, is represented by the vector 6a, and O to Q is represented by the vector 6b, and we've got to say how do we get from O to X. Now there isn't a vector that allows us to get there straight away from what we're given, so we have to work it out. So the first step I'm going to do is say, well, I'm describe my journey from O to X. So I'm going to say, right, I'm going to start at O and go along to P. So I'm going to say, right, O to P. And then when I get to P, I'm going to go up to X. Now, I could have done this a different way. I could have gone O to Q, then Q to X. So you have to make your decision and then stick with it. Okay, so I know O to P, that's simple, that's 6a. But P to X, I don't know. However, I can say P to X is half the journey from P to Q. Now I know it's half because X is a midpoint, it tells us down here. So what that means is half of the journey P to Q, and that's going against this 6a along to O, so that's minus 6a's, and then along this vector, so that's 6b. So let's tidy this up. So half of, and what I'm going to do is, because everything in mathematics generally looks nicer if we write the positive first. So half of 6b, that's going to be 3b. And then I'm going to have a minus 3 a's. So this is the journey from P to X. So if I just underline that in red, and I can write this in here. So we've got a positive 3b, and we've got a negative 3a. So that's this bit I'm just popping in here. Okay, so let's tidy this up. So I'm going to have 3a's plus 3b's. And there we go. And it's sometimes a good idea to do this. So if you imagine going 3a, then that's going to be halfway. And if you imagine going 3 of these, would that look right? If you imagine a line parallel to this, but half the length and going from about this position, yeah, it does. Halfway and then halfway, it looks right, so that's nice. Okay, part B, I sense it's going to get a bit trickier. So y is a point on OX, okay, so we don't know where it is, but O to Y, this is worth 2 parts, put a 2 there, and Y to X, this smaller part here, is worth 1 part. Okay, so we've got to find Q to Y. Right, so let's do the same as we did before. So Q to Y, that's going to be so we're going to go from Q up the top down to O. So we're going to come along this vector here, and then we're going to go up here, but we know it's 2/3 of this journey because of the parts. There's 3 parts in total. So it's going to be 2/3 of the journey along O to X, which we have just worked out. Okay, so this should be quite nice. So Q to O, we're going against this. We've got a negative 6b there. But now we've got 2/3 of this journey of O to X, which is 3a's and 3b's. So all we have to do now is tidy this bit up and collect all our like terms. So I'm just going to write the minus 6b again. Now what's 2/3 of 3? So 2 times 3 is 6, divided by 3, but that's 2. So that's 2a's. Now if you think about 3a's in thirds, you're going to have a, and another a to make 3a's. So we're taking 2 of those thirds, so it's going to be 2a's, and that's going to be exactly the same thing there. So it's going to be 2b's. Okay, so let's tidy this up. We're going to have 2a's and minus 4b's. And there it is, done.